Hello everybody, welcome to one of my videos. Today, as you can see by the screen, we are playing on the Commodore 64 today. We are playing Gates of Dawn. This is a great game, came out in 1985, released by Virgin Games Limited. I've owned this game for a very long time. It is great fun to play. One of those games that people don't really tend to talk about, but hopefully you enjoyed this video. It won't be a very long video because the game isn't particularly long, but it's a great game. But anyways, Jamie Morgan's Games, Gates of Dawn, C64, let's go. Okay, this is the start of the game. This is Gates of Dawn on the C64. Here's our character. Here's a knight, and he's armed with a sword. Here's a very difficult mission ahead of him. Right, so this is our first challenging screen and our first enemy. As you can see, each screen is done in a 3D perspective, and we have this spinning block. Now, this spinning block goes backwards and forwards. Then we need to kill it with our sword, but we do this by using the keyboard. We're not using it like this, we actually need to drop it in front of it. So, we move in front of it, press F1, select your sword, press fire and drop it in front of it and then move out of the way. Lightning discharges through the sword. Now, that will provide us with a scroll. Pick up the scroll using the spacebar and pick up the sword, which is the same size as my knight. There we go. Now, as a result of that, that releases this ghost. Now, if the ghost hits you, it will kill you. So, we've got to run past it. There we go, go through the door. Okay, next screen, we have a room with a pit in the middle, a door at the back, and a door on the right. Now, these enemies, if they touch you, again, they will kill you. I don't know what they are. They look a little bit like the top halves of a barbecue, with the lid on top and no legs. So, avoid those. We go left. Don't fall down the pit. Okay, forearm yourself against the foe. Make sure you have your sword equipped. Right. We have bats. Now, you can kill the bats with your sword. You get points for it, but unfortunately these bats do respawn. Head right. And we arrive at this screen. Now, we have a pentagram in the centre. Now, in the centre of that pentagram is a ruby. Now, if you touch that ruby, that enemy will attack you. Now, we don't actually need the ruby, so we're going to leave it right there. So, we'll progress and head straight on through the door. And now we arrive at a screen that looks very much like a chessboard. Kill the evil red bats with your sword and progress. Right, we have this enemy who's very fast, and one touch from him will also kill you. Go through the door. Right, we have our first collectible. Or second collectible, actually, Jamie. Right, press spacebar and pick up the crystal, and then go back. Back the way we came. Okay, through the door that has eyes. Okay, we're back at the chessboard. Jamie, your sword is not equipped. Use the control key to select the weapon we have equipped. The one highlighted on the right is the one we are having active. So select the sword. Back the way we came. Right, more bats. Kill the bats with your sword, and then head left. Forearm against the foe. Okay, a little bit of description about the game. The player controls a knight who must discover the mystery of the mine. To do this, 4 objects must be collected: iron, stone, fire and ice, so that they can pass through the Gates of Dawn. These objects are scattered in a maze. The maze consists of 64 rooms that are displayed in a 3D view, with the walls bearing garnish patterns and colours, giving them a psychedelic look. The rooms are filled with monsters. Well, it wouldn't be that straightforward now, would it? Lots and lots of monsters, but we have a sword. Right, avoid this guy. Continue up ahead. Right, red bats. This knight is armed and dangerous with a sword. What is a knight without a sword? Okay, we enter this very colourful room. As the player navigates between rooms, a map on the top right of the screen charts their progress. An arrow below it indicates the direction they are facing, and it's up to the player to keep an eye on the arrow later on in the game. Players start the game with 5 lives, a strength of 10,000 and a sword. The player loses strength or one of their lives if they touch certain enemies. The game ends if a player loses all their lives or strength. Right, avoid these knights and progress through the door. Right, avoid this guy, but we have a couple of items to pick up. We pick up the jewel, and we pick up the pot. Once we have those, we go through the door while avoiding this crazy yellow enemy. Do not meddle in the affairs of wizards, for they are subtle and swift to anger. Now, this next screen, we need the crystal. So press the control key, and the one that's top of the list is the one we have active. So select the crystal. We need it here. This room has water, and your character cannot swim. So press F1, select drop, and use the crystal. And that will freeze the water to ice, allowing us to progress. Right, select your sword again. Right, we arrive at a reverse room. Now, we don't actually go any further. What we actually do is actually go back the way we came. And what they'll actually do is that will take you back to the same room again. So what you do is you go back again. And that will take us somewhere new. Again, we have these things. One touch will kill you. Run for it. Head to the door. Beware of dream demons. And beware of bats. But it's fine, we have a sword. Attack the evil bats. Right, another colourful room. Head left. Right, another one of these things. I don't know what they are. It was a little bit like an owl. Could be an owl. Okay, we arrive at a toll gate. So how do we progress? Well, he says pay up or push off, varlet. What do we have? We have a sword, a scroll, and a jewel. Now, we need all of those, so we're going to offer the pot. So press the control key, select the pot, press F1, and drop. Thank ye, that will do nicely. So now we can progress, but make sure you select your sword. There we go. Sword is active. On to the next screen. And a very colourful screen it is too. Avoid this crazy guy. Go through the door. Quick robbing to the Batcave. Right, more of these things. On we go. Don't pick anything up. Right, now we have to head to the top. Avoid these things. Don't fall down the pit. Okay, we arrive at an incredibly cold room surrounded by ice and snow. We can't do anything here yet. We come back here later on. But this night must be absolutely freezing. Okay, we arrive at our second toll gate. Pay up or push off. We have a sword, a scroll, and a jewel. This time we pay up with a jewel. So select the jewel and drop. Thank ye, that will do nicely. Okay. Go left. So a good trade to me. Right, pick up the crystal. We have the crystal. Head right. Right, as soon as we walk into this room, we are faced immediately by another jewel. Pick up the jewel. We have 4 owls going up and down with a door on the right and a door at the back where there's eyes. Eyes that are staring at you. That's the door we head to, but don't fall down the pit. Here we go. Okay, we have another pentagram and a mushroom in the middle of it. Be quick, pick up the mushroom because this room kills you. We have the mushroom. Right, right, select your sword, Jamie. Because at the moment you have a mushroom equipped. Not going to do much damage with a mushroom. Right, more bats. White bats this time. Now, draining my energy. Maybe spawn evil bats. Okay, more knights. And we have another mushroom. However, we don't need the mushroom because I've already got one. So, we head to the door at the back while avoiding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 knights. Each knight is equipped with a sword, just like I am. Okay. Waiting for the right time. There we go, we're through. Okay. We have another mushroom, but again, we don't need it. We've already got one. So we head right. Avoid the owl. Right. More evil bats. Kill him with your sword. Head straight on. Right, now we have evil sea urchins. Now these are deadly. These are absolutely deadly, and they home in on you, and you do get a bit of slowdown on the screen. Head to the door. Avoiding the evil deadly sea urchins. Okay, next room. Now we can't progress any further because we have this block blocking our path. So we can't go over it, and at the moment we can't go under it. And the reason why we can't go under it is because he can't crouch and he's not small enough. Luckily we have a mushroom. Now what happens in Super Mario when he eats a small blue mushroom? He reduces in size. So we're going to do the same thing and have the same reaction. We're going to use it. So select the mushroom and use it. Then we'll ask us a question. How do you use a mushroom? Well, you don't have to be the brightest bulb on the Christmas tree to know that you have to eat it. So type in eat. And then press enter. Chomp, chew, slurp, oink, glug, gross and gulp. Now we are smaller. So now we can go under it and we head left. Now we actually stayed that way for quite some time. In search of your lost unicorn. Right. Right, we stay that size. Now we have another mushroom, but this one is actually moving. Now we've got to chase this mushroom and capture it. Now when you capture it, it'll open up a door. Now this is a very, very fast mushroom. So this might take a while. Chase the mushroom. Okay, I admit it. There is a secret door. There we go. We collect the mushroom. A door appears. Head through the door. Okay, we arrive at this screen. We have a block in our way. We have a crystal under it and a red sword above it. Now, we can go under it because we are still reduced in size. However, when we do that, we'll be squished like a bug. It will make us as flat as a pancake. So, what do we do in this situation? Well, we use the scroll. So select the scroll, F1, use it. How do you use the scroll? Well, you don't have to be the shiniest coin in the fountain. We have to read it. So type in read and press enter. Once read, your runes are clear. Slow time. So that has now slowed things down. So now when we pick it up, it won't kill us. It will be very, very slow. So what we've got to do now is wait for it to stop and then we can pick up the sword. But now we have the crystal. Now it does wear off eventually. Now as it slowly descends down, enemies will appear. So what we've got to do is avoid the enemies and we have to wait for that sword to fall onto the ground. Luckily the enemies are also slow, but when it wears off, the enemies are going to pick up a little bit of speed. So we're going to pick up the red sword and then go back the way we came. Now this lasts quite a long time, but you've got to wait for it to land completely on the ground to pick it up. And that sword is gigantic. We have got the sword. Off we go. Okay, we're here again. The mushroom is still there, but we don't need it. Go through the door that has the eyes. Okay. In search of your lost unicorn. No, but we do need to pick up the vial. Right, so my pockets are full. I need to drop something. So I'm going to drop one of these crystals. So F1 and go to drop. There we go. That is a huge crystal. It's actually bigger than my knight. Right, now we can pick up the vial. There we go, we got it. Took a while, but we got it. Right, we are back at that block again, but because we're still reduced in size, we continuously go under stuff like that, including these gigantic sea urchins. We can go underneath it. We're fine. Okay, head left. And good progress. On we go. Quick, Robin, to the back cave. I'm going for it. The only way is up, baby. There we go. Okay, we arrive at the next toll gate. Now what we've got to do now, we need to go back to an area we've already been. So, as a result of that, we're not going to have enough space to pick up the item we need to go and pick up. So I'm going to leave a few items behind. I'm going to drop the vial here. So drop the vial, we don't need it at the moment. I'm also going to leave behind my sword, but make sure you leave the correct sword. Because we need the flame sword. So drop that there. And then we head back. So now we've got to head to that room where the block of ice was. We use the flame sword to break the ice. Quick Robin to the back cave. I'm not going to the back cave, I'm going to the very, very cold room. Okay. Watch out for these things, don't fall down the pit, and head to the door at the top. Okay, we're back in this extremely cold room again. Right, now we select the sword, which is the flame sword, and then we use it. There we go. We melt the ice, which then provides us with another sword, which takes a bit of time, but it does get down to the bottom. And again, it's incredibly big. It's like double the size that I am. So pick up the incredibly big sword, and now we head back to where we were. So now the view is now rotated. Now we're looking at it from the other side, because we're now retracing our steps once again. So keep going straight on. Quick Robin to the back cave. It says that on both sides of the wall. Okay, we're back at the toll gate. Right, pick up the incredibly huge sword, and we're going to pay up with a crystal. Select the crystal, which I just happen to have on my position. F1, drop. Yay, that will do nicely. Excellent. Now we have a spare space to pick up the vial. And now we progress. Now we can pass. Okay, avoid that guy, head to the door. Okay, time to be tactical again. I'm going to drop the sword here as well. Drop, don't need it. And the other sword. Drop that there as well. There we go. Leave both of them there. We don't need them. Beware dream demons. Beware of bats. But I can't fight back. I left my sword behind. It's all tactical. Right, avoid these things. We are slightly outnumbered, as you can see. I think one of them is actually chasing me. But it's fine. Head to space door. Right, pick up the gemstone. We have the gemstone. Now we've got to avoid these 3 balls. In between 2 very, very big vials. Okay. More of them. There we go. Just by the skin of my teeth there. Beware dream demons. Beware of evil red bats that I can't attack because I don't have a sword. Right. Okay. Go right. We have the gemstone we needed. Head to the door with a star above it. Okay, we arrive at this screen. There's a lot going on, but there is no sounds to be heard apart from my voice. Now, as you can see by the screen, the gemstone on the right is flashing like there is no tomorrow. So provided we've got it active, we can go straight through this. Like the finishing line in an Olympics race. So, we go through. We are living to fight another day. Okay, we arrive at a screen very similar to the second screen, which seems quite some time ago now. But we've got to do the same thing with this block. We need to break it with our swords. So like before, select your sword, press F1, drop it, and then run out the way of it. It will hit it, break it, release a ghost, and this time another sword appears and a door closes. So we pick up the sword, but now we've got to get rid of the ghost. This is where we use the vial. So, select the vial, F1, drop. Oh no, cries the ghost. Woolly water. There we go. The door has opened. The ghost has gone. And a sword that matches my outfit is now dropping to the surface. So wait for it to arrive and press spacebar to pick up the sword. A sword that is the same size as me. Pick up the sword, my friends. There we go. We've got the sword. Now we're going to retrace our steps. Now we're back at this thing again. Luckily, we have a jewel. If we didn't have the jewel, I'd be stuck. So, select the jewel and we run straight through it. Once again, we live to fight another day. Now we retrace our steps and go find where I left my swords. Here are my swords. So now I've got 3 swords. 4 swords. We have the heavy obsidian sword, the burning sword, the heavy iron sword, and the ice bladed sword. So this guy is very much equipped. Okay, next on the agenda, we need to pick up that star. That star is called a white dwarf star. However, we can't pick it up yet because it's not low enough to pick up. So what we've got to do is a case of staying alive. And I'm not talking about the Bee Gees. So we've got to avoid these enemies long enough for it to arrive at the level where I can pick it up. So we can progress to the final screen. It's nearly there. So we should be able to pick it up now. No, I can't pick it up yet. Because the spacebar is not playing ball. We have it. Quickly, quickly. There we go. Okay, this is where we use the swords we've picked up. We arrive here. Now you need to use the sword, the correct sword for the correct one. Now this is a little bit of trial and error, I think. There's one. So once you've done it, the sword disappears. Use the next sword, and then that one disappears. Use the next one. Try not to take too much damage, Jamie, if you can. There we go. One more to go. One more sword. It's difficult because I'm using the keyboard. There we go. That is the final one. All we need now is the star. And we go through the door. The final door. And it looks like a disco. Press F1. Select the star. Drop it. And we use it against this enemy. This will prevent me from getting killed. There we go. That is the star we picked up not very long ago. This should be the final bit of this game. It's very, very quiet though, apart from me talking over it. There we go! They are gone! That is the end of the game, people! Now we walk through the door, which looks like we're entering space. The final frontier. Now it goes pitch black. In days of old, when knights were bold and women weren't invented, all the men played virgin games and ended up demented. P.S. You've won. I've won. I'm pleased about that. That's a great game. Really difficult though. Now it's a completely white screen. Time to wake up. The whole thing was a dream. Okay everybody, that is the end of my video. That is Gates of Dawn on the C64. Great game. Came out in 1985. By Virgin Games Limited. And this is Jamie from All These Games. Please like, please comment, please share. And please do subscribe to my channel. I have a Facebook fan page on Instagram, also on Twitch. Just type in Morgan's Games, you'll find it fairly easy. And please remember to click on the bell icon. That will notify you of any videos I upload. It'll be fantastic. We're not doing these sort of videos. I do hammer beat making and live streams every Friday night UK time from 8 o'clock. It's to highlight my week. Until next time, take it easy. Ciao, bye. See ya. Hey, 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 hey. I'm trying to sort my screen out. I've got an outtake already. We have to make some tough decisions in life, and I've got to make one. Do I use the monitor screen for statistics, or do I write the statistics down and put it next to the TV? That's the question I've got to ask myself. Jamie, what are you going to do? I don't know. Right. This is a tough game. This is a very, very tough game. It's going to be very, very difficult to do a long play of this. Now, the first thing we must do, we have this rotating block going from side. It's not going from side to side, Jamie. It's going back to forward. This is the first main challenging that will release a ghost which will kill you. You have to drop it in front of it using the keyboard. So place... first screen, I'm struggling. And press F1 and then drop the sword and then move out of its way. What killed me there? What killed me? Select drop, press fire, and that drops the crystal, which freezes the ice. Freezes the ice. The water... Oh. The wizards, for they are subtle and swift to anger. Avoid the great big massive spider, which is now attacking me. Spiders. Right, we arrive in a room. I fell in the water. Right, we have another pentagram, but this one has a mushroom in the middle. What killed me? My cat is here. Hello. Can I help you? You killed me! Do you realise you just killed me? And then chomp, chew, slurp, oink, gunk, gross, gulp. There's my cat again. Another day, another long play. This is a tough game. However, a little bit of time, a little bit of patience makes all the difference. But it doesn't attack you if you move it. So if I pick that up, pick up the ruby, then he attacks me. Don't touch my ruby. Trouble is, I've still got the ruby. You continue to attack me. It's released by Virgin Games Limited. Not going to be a very long game, but then it's not a very long video. Do you know what? I say that wrong so many times. It's unbelievable.